Okay, I think I'm live. Hey everyone. Welcome to the Explore-a-thon live show. I'm gonna give people some time to kind of filter in, and I'm gonna go ahead and post that we are live and ready to go. Hello, Rockette. Excited to have you. Oh, hi everyone. There's quite a few of you here already. Sorry if I disappeared for a second there, guys. I'm using my iPad for streaming because my laptop died and I really didn't want to sit at my desktop. Hello, Ash. Hello, Ashley, Clementine, Silly Reads, Book Dreamers Alley, Claude. Glad I finished eating dinner before this. I'm glad too. I just had a little dinner myself. So, has everyone started reading for the Readathon already? I myself read like 167 pages yesterday, so I think I started off pretty well. Although, after doing the math, I realized that I need to read like 180 pages a day if I want to actually read everything that I have. So, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I haven't been busy, but happy to start now. Yeah, I think it's a good thing to start now. It's why I didn't do the live show yesterday, as I figured the new year people were going to be really busy, so not everyone might be able to get to start. Yes, and finished one book. Wow, already finished a book? I'm nowhere near finishing a book yet. Started Red Rising yesterday, about 50 pages. I've heard that's really good. I keep getting suggestions to read that series, but I haven't started it yet. Not for this readathon yet, actually. That's okay. As long as you're reading, I mean, I'm wanting to finish my December because I don't think I can count it for January. I would say if you were like less than halfway through it, you could still count it, but otherwise, probably not. I do that sometimes too. If I'm less than halfway through a book, I'll usually count it for the next month, but if I'm more than halfway through, then I figure not. I'm about 120 pages into The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I'm enjoying it so far. Oh, that's really cool. I had that book ordered and I was going to read it last month, but then it never showed up, and they refunded me and never said anything. So I ordered it again, and it's coming this month, but I don't know if I'll get to it. Just trying to finish some other books by Monday so I can start. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to have carryover books. I'm here. Hi, Christina. Glad that you could make it. I'm about to finish my second read of the year. I have seen so many people just finishing all of their books already, and you guys are on top of it. Hello, everyone. Hi. Sorta, I haven't made a TBR yet, so I'm just reading and hoping I can fill some prompts. You know, that's fine. You don't have to have a set TBR for this readathon. Like, if you can just make books fit prompts, that's fine. I might switch up my TBR throughout the month if there's something else I want to fit into a class. So, yeah, I'm over 60%. Are you liking it? Do you think it's good? I was following along with the audiobook, so it went a bit quick. Yeah, I can imagine that might help. I can't listen to audiobooks at all because it just, I don't know, I can't process the audio very well. I made it to chapter 5 and From Blood and Ash. A lot of people are reading that this month. I keep seeing people reading it in general, and I might need to hop on the hype train on that one. Halfway through Mexican Gothic, enjoying it so far. Oh, that's good. I've heard mixed things on that one about whether it is good or not. I think a lot of people are kind of polarized on how they feel about the ending. So you'll have to let me know what you think when you finish. What's everyone reading? Well, I started 3 books yesterday because I have no chill. I started Majesty, which is by Catherine McGee, and it's the second in the American Royal series, which I really love. It's not like mind-blowing literature or anything, but it's just a really, really good time. And I did give the first book 5 stars because I just had such a good time reading it. And I also started Gemina, which is the sequel to Illuminae, which I read a long time ago, and I'm finally picking up a sequel. Shocking, I know. And then I also started To Whatever End, which is a NetGalley book on my Kindle. I started Endless Night by Agatha Christie last night and have about 20 pages left. Then I earned my flight training. Ooh, already finishing a class. I can't get into Agatha Christie's books, but I think they're more mystery than thriller, and mysteries generally don't really do it for me. But I haven't read anything since I think And Then There Were None, which we read in high school, and anything I read in high school I hated. So that might be why I can't get into Agatha Christie now. Hi everyone, I just finished my 3rd book. 2 of the 3 were graphic novels. Hey, that's still reading. So that's still 3 books. That's still good. It's Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I'm enjoying it. I like holding a book. That's why I don't like audiobooks. Yeah, I like having something in front of me to actually read the words to. Graphic novels are a great way to fill prompts. That's true. It's one of the great ways to finish a lot of prompts if you want to get in extra classes. Graphic novels are probably the way to go. I loved Gemina. I ordered Obsidio from the library. I'm liking it so far. I don't love the series as much as a lot of people, but I can't get as into the mixed media format as I can traditional reading. But it's still really fun to read, and I'll probably read Obsidio whenever I can get my hands on it. So does anyone have any questions about anything in general, about any prompts, about what we're doing, anything like that before we get started with sprinting? I just want to answer any questions anyone might have about anything at all. Even if it seems dumb, just ask it because I don't mind answering anything for you guys. I'm just excited to be hosting and doing this with everyone. You can't double up, correct? No, you can't. It has to be 1 book per class, but you only have to finish 5 classes. You don't have to finish all of them. Unless you really want to, but you definitely don't have to. You just have to pick 5 and you'll have completed the readathon. So no doubling up on prompts though. There might be chances to double up in the future on future readathons. It really depends on what the prompts are for, but this time no. Hi Allie, thanks for hosting another round. You are welcome. Thank you for participating. I'm just glad to be doing it. I think it's a great way to start the year. I'm really glad that we switched the month from November to January because November just ended up being a disaster, like all of 2020. So I'm just glad that starting 2021 with this readathon rather than trying to shove it into the end of last year. That makes it a lot easier. Yeah. Oh, also Happy New Year, everyone. I forgot to say that. Happy New Year. Hopefully this year is better, but I mean, honestly, it's probably going to be more of the same for a while, but we can all hope that things will get better throughout this year. I think it's going to be a good reading year, though, because there's a lot of books coming out that just look so good. How many classes is everyone planning on completing? I have 14 books on my TBR, and then I didn't put a nonfiction on there because I haven't found one I want to read. If anyone has any nonfiction recommendations, I'd love to hear them because I never know what to read for nonfiction. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Yep, Happy New Year, everyone. I know this was probably answered, but on the 16th and 17th, will there be a 24-hour readathon or just read as much as you can for the weekend? You guys can feel free to do a 24-hour readathon if you want to. I'm not going to be hosting a 24 readathon per se, just because it's, I mean, by that point, I'm over 6 months pregnant now. So it is just too hard for me to stay awake for 24 hours. I just can't manage it. But if you guys all want to do 24-hour readathons that weekend, just go for it. But otherwise, I decided to do a weekend so that we can just try to get as much reading in as possible. And then I won't be trying to stay up the whole time. Happy New Year. 5 classes for me. Hey, that's all you need. The rest of it's just extra. I just have 5 books, trying not to overwhelm. 5 is still a lot of books, guys. Like, most people don't actually read that much. I know on BookTube, everyone is always reading a ton of books every month, but I mean, a lot of the times readers don't actually read that much. You're a reader if you read it all, so I have 5 to 6 planned. I think I'm doing 7 or 8 classes. I'm pushing myself a little bit. Hopefully you can finish them, but as long as you finish 5, you did it. So as many as possible. I start with a 5-book TBR and then I'll mood read from there. I think that's what a lot of people are kind of doing, is they planned out just the 5 classes that they need to complete and then might complete other stuff from there. I haven't finished my TBR spread, but I'll put up some photos in the Discord when it's done. Ooh, can't wait to see it. You guys all have amazing spreads. Like, I'm looking at my own spread and I'm just like, oh, you guys are all so creative. I just can't believe the stuff that you guys come up with. 8 books, but I'll add 2 depending on my reading mood. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's going to be my 2nd child, and my 1 child is only 15 months old, so they're going to be really close in age. It's going to be pretty chaotic for a while, but that kind of just is my life in general. So 5 classes for me too. I'm not sure of how much I will read, so we'll see how fast I will read. Yeah, it all depends on how the month goes, but I mean, it's really all just for fun too, so you guys don't have to push yourselves too hard. I have all of them planned, but not going to pressure myself to get all of them done. That's what I did. I planned something for all of them, but I highly doubt I will actually finish that many books. Nonfictions I loved recently: Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain and Know My Name by Chanel Miller. Ooh. Those sound like they could be interesting. I was thinking of maybe looking for like a memoir, because a lot of people were telling me that memoirs are kind of the easier way to get into nonfiction. The last nonfiction book I read was a book about dinosaurs. So I have 5 core classes and 3 elective classes that I'm aiming for. So 8 in total. That's pretty good. You guys are all being pretty ambitious. I have 13 classes, but let's be real, I'll probably be reading a lot of graphic novels and short books. Hey, if that's what you like to read, then read it. I don't actually have any graphic novels and short books on my TBR because I don't really have any graphic novels right now. I love graphic novels, but they're kind of pricey, and so I end up not buying them a lot. I would like to have more, but both of those are memoirs. Oh, okay. I will look them up later when I get a chance then. Definitely want to get into some nonfiction, but I struggle with it. A lot of times I'll start a nonfiction and then I read it in such short sections compared to fiction that I end up putting it away and then never really finishing it. I already recommended it on your TBR video, but if you can listen to White Like Me by Tim Wise, it's about racism, but autobiographical, so great to listen to. I can't really do audiobooks. Me and audiobooks do not get along. I've tried time and time again, but I would read it physically or on an ebook. But for some reason, well, maybe nonfiction I could do as an audiobook, because nonfiction would be kind of like listening to a podcast or something. So actually, maybe nonfiction I would be able to do as an audiobook. I'll have to think about trying that this month. I like nonfiction books by Josh Gates and Zach Baggins. I will have to save that comment. Maybe reading it is good too. Maybe. I might find out. I'll look it up and see if it interests me. I was planning to read 7 books before joining in. Read as many books as you want. Like, I'm surprised there's so many of you here. I was actually kind of worried that like no one was gonna be here, to be honest, and it was just gonna be me talking to myself. All right, well, we've already been chatting for a while, so I think we should probably start a sprint. If you guys have any more questions at all, feel free to just throw them into the chat and I'll answer them throughout the live show. And then after we come back from the sprint, I will probably talk a little bit more about stuff that's going to be going on during the readathon. But we should all get reading. We'll start reading at 20 because that's in 3 minutes and that's a better number. So in 3 minutes, we'll start reading. I loved it because he's Jewish and grew up going to a mainly black school, so he has a different perspective. That's cool. I always like books from perspectives that obviously I wouldn't have experienced myself. I think that's a big part of why nonfiction is so important, is you get like a more realistic look at that. You can get a look at those perspectives in fiction as well, but nonfiction, it's obviously more real life application of what you're reading. I'm trying to do them all. I want to read a lot this winter and cut down on my own TBR. I hope to spend more time out and about in the spring, summer. That makes sense, especially since you might actually be able to go out this spring, summer, hopefully. Hopefully we can all start to go places again. I mean, I still won't be going anywhere, but I'll have a newborn, so. I just want to read a lot this year in general. But definitely over the winter. Winter in Minnesota, you're not going anywhere anyway. It's too cold and snowy and horrible. Just stay at home. Zach Bagans hosts Ghost Adventures. I think I've seen that show. I used to watch ghost shows at work a lot when I was working overnights. So I'm seeing a lot of Team Mistletoe. I was Team Mistletoe. I didn't do as well as I hoped last month, though, but sorry. Sweet gives me time to put the toddler to bed. I feel you. When we sprint at 8, I will probably be turning off my camera and putting my own toddler to bed if we're sprinting during that time frame. But right now he is watching Mickey Mouse and he's very content. So I'm Team Mistletoe. So many mistletoes. We were the best team. We might have lost, but I still think we were the best team. Just saying. All right. We've got like 1 minute and then we'll sprint for 20 minutes. So get your books ready, your beverages. I have some mellow yellow. I wish I had coffee, but again, my coffee maker does not arrive until Monday, so no coffee for me. I finished, I think, 1 book for Team Mistletoe. I didn't do much better, to be honest. I even did like 24-hour readathons and then like didn't read during them. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to mute and I can't share screen on here, so I can't put up like an actual timer, unfortunately, because apparently you can't share screen via the iPad version of StreamYard. So I'm just going to put up the tickers. I'm sorry, I prefer having the actual timer too, but my laptop is broken, and so I'm using my iPad. We'll probably have the timers in the future because I'll probably do it from my desktop computer. But right now, this is what we got. So read for 20 minutes. Oh, I don't know how to time. Hold on. Sprint ends at 40, not 35. If I could math, that would be helpful for us all. All right, guys. So get reading, and I will see you in 20 minutes. All right, everyone, we are back. That was our first sprint. Did any of you get some reading done? I read, I want to say like 20 pages or so, maybe a little more than that, but it's mixed media, so some of the pages don't have very much on them. It's just like a text box with someone's chat in it, which reads really fast. Hello, everyone. Hello, Soul. So, just wait to see how much reading you all got done. I read 11 pages of Red Rising. Not bad. That's a pretty thick book. So 11 pages is pretty good. I think 11, 11.2. Mine is on Kindle, read 19%. No, that's a lot. I read 11 pages too. Apparently everyone read 11 pages. That's not too bad. That's some progress there. I finished a chapter, almost 15 pages. That's good. Seems like you all got at least something in. It's better than I do. Sometimes when I hop on reading sprints, I end up reading like nothing. I'm also covered in animals. I've got a cat over there, a dog over there. The other dog, I'm not sure where she is, but the graphic novel doesn't have page numbers, but it looks like halfway through. Oh, it's weird that it doesn't have page numbers. Some of my ebooks won't have page numbers, and that actually kind of annoys me because I like to know what page I'm on. And I don't know why they don't all just still have page numbers. Some of them do, but some of them don't. Well, I think we can talk a little bit about what kind of stuff is going to be going on throughout the month. If I can get this piece of hair to stay somewhere that's not in my eye, that would be nice. My BBC Sherlock manga doesn't have any numbers either. That's annoying. 10 pages. That's good. So, obviously, we'll do sprints on Twitter. There's a schedule posted on the Twitter with some different times that I'll be coming on to do sprints. There will probably also be guest people doing sprints. I know Christina said she was willing to do some sprints on the Twitter for you guys, and maybe I can convince her to do YouTube lives with me at some point too. So she'll definitely be helping out with some sprints and some good times. And then there might be some other guest hosts. I have a couple people in mind who might hop on the Twitter and do some guest sprints for you guys, or might come on to live shows. There will be impromptu sprints on Twitter sometimes. I just wanted to have some scheduled for you guys so that you could kind of plan in advance if there's ones you wanted to join. And I don't know how often I'll do YouTube live shows. I guess it kind of depends on how much you guys like them. If you guys really like them, I might do them more frequently. I think there will definitely be live shows on the weekend of the 16th and 17th, which is the school festival, and there will be at least one reading sprint live show a week. So, and then I don't remember what day I had it set as. I'll have to actually look. I think it's Monday. No, Thursday. Pretty sure it's Thursday this week is the first mini challenge announcement. Excuse me. And that's a surprise. I'm not going to tell you anything about that right now. There's just going to be mini challenges that are just random little challenges that will pop up occasionally that you can participate in. I'm not going to tell you anything about what it is because it's a surprise. And yeah, I think that's the main stuff that would be going on. It's just sprints. YouTube sprints, Twitter sprints. You guys can sprint on Discord. I don't think I'll host sprints on Discord myself, but there's a sprint channel on the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, you can find it linked on the Twitter, I believe. And that will have places you can talk about everything, and then it has a reading sprint channel where you guys can sprint yourselves there. And then the school festival is the weekend of the 16th and 17th. If anyone has any specific questions about that, feel free to ask. But in general, it's just kind of like a 48-hour readathon. You don't have to stay up for 48 hours. I mean, if you really want to, more power to you. But it's just trying to get as much reading done as we can in 48 hours. There will be live shows. There will be challenges. There are just all sorts of different stuff going on. I will be on a lot that weekend, hosting different stuff. And yeah, I think that's it. Sorry, my brain's a little foggy today because I'm kind of recovering from some headache stuff that was going on earlier, so I'm a little out of it. Let's see. I managed 10 pages, got distracted. My family is watching The Mandalorian. I would get distracted too. I love that show. No reading done this sprint. That's okay. I do that all the time. Well, it was fun to hang out for a little bit, but I have to go now. Aw, hope you come back next time. Hey to Christina. Hey to Jazz. Are you participating in any other readathons besides this one? Sorry, my dogs are barking. Hey, guys. Sort of. I wasn't planning on it because this is my own readathon, so I wanted to just keep it to this one. But Medieval-a-thon, which is hosted by Holly, is happening starting on the 10th. It's from the 10th of January to the 10th of February. And I have to participate in that because I just love it so much. It got announced pretty recently, and I wasn't expecting it to be happening in January, but it is. And so I'm going to participate as much as I can in that one, but definitely this is obviously my focus since this is my readathon. Are you all enjoying your books so far? Ellie, of course, I'll do live sprints with you. Just let me know. Yeah. I don't know when I plan on doing the next one. I will text you and we can figure out what works because I don't know. I did that poll of when you guys like sprints. But if there's like specific times that YouTube sprints work for you, let me know because I kind of want to make sure as many people can get on as want to. I was wanting to do that one too, but I'm already doing, I think, 5. Oh boy. I had been trying to do that for a while, doing a bunch of readathons at the same time, and I think I was just overwhelming myself and then ended up not reading nearly as much as I would like to. So this year I'm trying to focus on just like one readathon a month, hopefully. I'm loving mine. That's good. I've heard a lot of people not loving their first reads of the year, and that is not so great for your reading momentum. So I'm glad you're loving yours. I'm also participating in 4 Nations Readathon as well, which is based on Avatar: The Last Airbender. There's so many good readathons now. I want to participate in like every readathon I see because there's so many and they all look amazing. And there's so many book clubs too. The book clubs that I want to read their book and I'm like, I can't read every book club's book because then my TBR would be insanely massive. It's my birthday month, so I'm pushing myself so I can maybe finish my Goodreads goal. I set my Goodreads goal at 100 for this year. I did not reach that last year. I think I made like half of that, but I didn't read for like half the year last year. So if I can actually keep any amount of reading pace this year, 100 should actually be pretty doable for me. Really liking it so far. Still not totally sure about the world itself, though. What book are you reading again? Reading The Midnight Library and Anxious People right now and loving both a ton. I've heard really good things about The Midnight Library. It was on a lot of people's best books of the year list that I've seen. So I don't really know anything about that, though. I've never read any of Matt Haig's books. Oh, same. I think I'm also doing 5 readathons. Wow, you guys are ambitious, man. I don't think I could do it. It is also my birthday month. Wow, happy birthday to all you January birthdays. My Goodreads goal is 24. Hey, that's still 2 books a month. And that's not bad at all. 24 books in a year is still good. I think that's a perfectly acceptable goal to accomplish. Red Rising, sorry. Oh, it's all good. I just have a terrible memory. I'm glad you're liking it so far. The world is a little more sci-fi. That's one of the things that I like sci-fi, but I'm unsure about sci-fis. I'm always hesitant to go into them. Mine is oddly dark, a tale dark and grim Hansel and Gretel retelling. Ooh, I've never read a Hansel and Gretel retelling. That sounds like it could be a really good dark retelling. I'm completely the same with book clubs. I try to join as many as I can realistically do, but there are so many choices. Yeah, and a lot of the times I'll want to read the book, but then I would have to buy it. And I mean, we don't talk about how many books are on my TBR. It's just so many people keep posting their, I'm gonna try and clear out my owned TBR this year or lower my own TBR, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna try, to be honest. It's like not even a goal for me to try to lower my own TBR. Like, obviously, I'm going to read books off of my own TBR because I own them and I want to read them, but I own more books than I could even read in a year, and I know I'm gonna buy more because I'm just like that. So my birthday month too. There's so many of you. Is January just a year for just a month for babies? I had 24 books as my goal last year, and I upped it to 36, average to 3 books a month. That seems like a pretty good goal. It's good that you're going up. I see that people are always going up, and it blows my mind because I feel like there's got to be like a cap. Because people will be like, oh, I read 100, and then this year I'm going to read 120, and then the next year I read like 150, and I'm like, there has to be a cap in here somewhere. You can't just keep going up forever. That's a whole mood, though. Yeah. I like owning a lot of books, though, because I like having a lot of options. If I don't have a lot of options, I actually read less because if I'm not specifically interested in that book right then, I'm not going to pick it up right then. Mine is next month. Well, happy birthday next month. Mine is not until June. So, but I'm due in April, so that's a few months away. My mom's birthday is in February. I don't think I know anyone with birthdays in January other than all you guys. I just finished my spreadsheet on Notion for all my books. I think I'm up to 180 books and ebooks together. Yeah, I'm over 200 at this point. I didn't total it out, but I set up my TBR jar, which I redid this year, and I wrote every single book I own on a little scrap of paper and put it in my TBR jar, and it was a lot. My TBR jar is quite large, and what really kind of broke my TBR was getting a Kindle. I got a Kindle like at the end of the summer, and Kindle deals are going to be the death of me because if there's a book that I'm interested in and it goes on sale for 99 cents to like $2-3, I can't control myself. So my ebook library is insane. Who else finds it annoying sometimes to be a mood reader? I am and am not a mood reader. I think it's annoying when I make a TBR and then I don't want to read stuff on it. So in that aspect, mood reading is annoying, but see, I make TBRs and I get really excited for the books, but then partway through the month, there might be some of those books I don't want to read because I'm not in the mood for them. So then I end up swapping out my TBR and I'm like, why even make the TBR at all? But I really like having TBRs, even though I also really like mood reading. I want to do both. I want to mood read and have a TBR. All right, we will sprint in 5 more minutes here. Exactly. Those Kindle deals are my worst enemy. I don't know why. I subscribe to like 3 different emails. The Amazon deals email, the BookBub deals email, and the Book Riot deals email. And I think I also get like ebook deal emails from Macmillan. So every time I check my email, I have an inbox full of ebook deals. And that was a mistake. Mood, I buy at least one of those 99-cent Kindle books on the daily. Pretty much, yeah. My husband looked at our bank account recently because normally I handle all the banking stuff, but he was looking over our account just to make sure nothing looks off. And he's like, what is Kindle? What are all these little Kindle expenses? There's just so many of them. And I was like, nothing. Don't question it. He doesn't really care though. He's like, well, I mean, as long as you're not making us broke, I guess. How long do you guys want to sprint for this next one that we're going to do at the hour? You guys want to do 20, 25, 30? What are you guys thinking? I'm going to have to put my toddler to bed during this next sprint, so I won't even be reading. But how long do you guys want to go for? Also, here's a dog. This is my Chihuahua. His name is Tyrion. He's very sweet. All of the dogs are actually one of the dogs is in the kitchen, but I have 3 dogs, a cat, a turtle, 3 hermit crabs, and in the spring I'm getting 3 rats because pets, they're great. Oh, here are all the comments. Sorry if sometimes I'm slow to responding to your guys' comments. StreamYard can be a little slow at pulling them up in StreamYard, so I'm a little delayed on them. An hour. I don't know that we'll do an hour. 20 to 25, half an hour. I like the 20 minutes, 25 or 30 maybe. 30. I gotta go put my kids to bed too. Hi Therian. So cute. Yeah, he is really cute. 30. Cute. Everyone thinks the dog is cute. 30. Okay, I think we'll do 30 because it sounds like a lot of people are looking for like 25 to 30. Sorry to those of you that wanted an hour or 20 minutes, but I think we're going to go with 30 this time. Also, I do have to put my son to bed before I can sit down again. So there's also a cat here too. This is Reese. And yes, his name is Reesend after Reesend from the ACOTAR series because I have problems. He's very sweet, but he's very small. And yes, he is full grown. He's just very tiny. Oh, no, don't step on the iPad, buddy. Everybody likes cute pets. All right, so we'll start the sprint in a minute here, and we'll go for half an hour. My camera will be off because I have to go put my little one in bed. He has a pretty short bedtime routine, though. Hey, don't bark. He has a pretty short bedtime routine, though. He just wants his PJs on and stuff, and then he's content. He's so beautiful. Mine is also very small. Yeah, I don't know why. He just didn't grow. He got like within the first couple months I had him, he got to be that size and then he just stopped. Nice. We named our 2 cats Jasper from Twilight and Gabriel from Supernatural. I feel like that's how you got to name pets. You got to name them after your faves. Reminds me of our cat Alexander. Someone shock him. Oh, I can't believe people would do that. My cat is called Sirius Black. It's a good name for a cat. Oh no, why do I go on the Kindle store? They have City of Brass for $2.99. Well, luckily I already have that book in a physical copy, so luckily I'm not gonna go buy it. That's pretty lucky there. We should start the sprint now. So we're gonna sprint for 30 minutes. I will see you all back at 30. I am going to mute my and stop my camera, and I will be back, and I will see you all as soon as we're done getting some reading in. All right, it is 30, so that is the end of that sprint. I obviously only got a couple pages read because I was putting a toddler to bed. But how did all of you guys do? Takes a while for the chat to catch up on my end. Sorry about that. It's the one thing that StreamYard kind of sucks at is the chat. But it's still better than streaming directly from YouTube. There we go. Hello, I just got out of work. How are you? Hello, Rope Crewman 36. I am pretty good. I bet you're glad to be off work. Are you going to be doing some reading? Read 13 pages. Nice. 21% into my audiobook. 20 pages of Red Rising. The plot is picking up. That's good. Hopefully it gets exciting. 11 pages. So it looks like you guys got some reading in. More than I did anyway. But that's what happens when you're a mom to little toddlers. I finished the graphic novel I started in the first sprint and started the next one. Oh, did you like it? What was it? 19 pages, yay. I read 25 pages, but several of those had pictures. That's kind of what my book is like. It's a lot of space on each page, not a lot of words. Well, I'm gonna hop off. TJ's still not feeling too well. Oh, I hope he feels better, and I hope you got some rest. Now that you didn't get very much sleep. Well, I'll talk to you later. Both of you feel better. Just over 20 pages. I didn't read anything, just got home, but I will be continuing chapter 2 for Six of Crows. I still need to read Six of Crows. I read the Shadow and Bone trilogy last year before last year, I'm not sure. But it was okay. I'm debating and rereading it before the show comes out so I can annotate it, but I feel like it would just be like a rant vlog because there's so many things that I actually don't like about that series. Like, it's not the worst series, and there are things I like about it, but specifically Ruin and Rising, the third book in that trilogy, pisses me off. I don't like it. So I can't decide whether I want to reread it and rant about it or if I should just skip it. But I do need to read Six of Crows still, which I've heard is better. Six of Crows is amazing. It's the Steel Prince graphic novels by E.V. Schwab that tells the story of Maxim before he was king in the Darker Shade of Magic series. Oh. I have only read the first book in that series. I need to continue it. Like all series that I read the first book and then never continue. I liked Darker Shade of Magic, but I didn't love it. But I do still want to continue because I do want to know how the story goes and what happens, and I do like some of the characters and stuff. But I think my next V.E. Schwab book is going to be The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue because I have that one on order. I also just want to read some more graphic novels, but I don't know if there's like a service that has a lot of graphic novels on it or something that I could read via ebooks because physical copies of graphic novels are pretty expensive. Hope he feels better. Yeah, I hope her son feels better too. I need to read the second book in the Grishaverse trilogy because they say you can't read King of Scars without reading it. I don't know. I haven't read King of Scars either. The second book is not so great, but I don't know. I just didn't love that series in general, so I only read the first book in the trilogy. It's a series I actually read the whole thing of, but I think it's because I had the whole series. I need to start buying series and box sets because I will read like the first book and then I don't have the next book, so I don't read the next book, and then who knows when I get to it. A Gathering of Shadows, the second book, picks up the story and is better than the first book. Oh, that actually makes me really want to continue the series then, because I did like the first book. I just didn't love it. So if the second book is better, then I might really, really like the second book. Hoopla has graphic novels and comics, and all you need is a library card to use it. I will have to see. I have to pay off a lot of library fines right now because back like a year ago, I checked out a whole bunch of books, and then I ended up having my son, and the books just like never got returned. They were in like an old car of mine. Everything was pure chaos, and the library charged me an insane amount of late fees for all these books. Even though I tried to explain the situation to them, they weren't having it. So I can't even use my library card right now because they want well over $100 in fees, even though I returned the books. I don't know. I understand they need to make money. It's just that's a lot of money to pay for library fees. I'm going to read A Gathering of Shadows this readathon. Oh, that's good. Continuing series. That's a big goal. Yes, I have Hoopla through my local library. That's how I've been reading graphic novels. I'll have to look into it if I can ever get those library fines paid off. Rude librarians. I don't know if it's their fault or if, because it's like a bigger library chain, I don't know if it's their fault or if like they have to talk to their bosses or something, but oh man. Oh wow, that's pretty ridiculous. I understand fees, but that is a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know where all the fees came from. It's like they said that they charged you a lost book fee after so long, and then even if you return the book, you still have to pay that. And like I get the late fees, but then it's like an $8 per book lost book fee or something. I don't know. It's weird the way they do their fees, but they rack up really fast. And like if your book is not even that late, they just start charging all these fees. So I don't know. My local libraries are not great. They also don't have a ton. So I don't know. I've kind of stopped using the library for now. I love libraries, don't get me wrong. I just haven't been using them. How long are you sprinting? I was planning to go until 9. We could go a little bit longer if you guys want to. Seems like my son already fell asleep, so I don't get paying for a lost book you returned. Yeah, I don't get it either, but it's just how they do things. Sorry to hear about those fines. That's no bueno. Yeah. We will sprint again at 40 and we'll go for 20 minutes. That'll take us to 9. I was planning on ending the sprints at 9. But if you guys wanted to, we could go. Oh, sorry. 9 Central Time. I'm in Central Time Zone, so 20 minutes from now would be about the end of the sprints. My library is really cool and automatically renews the book the first time if you accidentally keep it longer than the return date. I think one of the library systems near me does that, but the other one that I had all these books out from does not, and they really like charging fees. Okay, we're about to sprint again for 20 minutes this time. Hopefully I will actually get some reading done this time. All right. right, guys, go ahead and start sprinting, get some more pages in, and I will see you in 20 minutes. Okay, so 20 minutes is up, and I got quite a bit read, although not as much as I had hoped because I was being harassed by some doggies. Puppies. They're so cute. The puppy's back. Yeah, that one is Tyrion. He's actually full grown. He's just kind of a funny looking chihuahua, and the other dog's name is Mana, and she is mostly corgi with a little bit of chihuahua. They are two troublemakers. And then there's another dog who is currently in the kitchen because he's been kind of naughty, and his name is Gunter, and he is the puppy of those two dogs that you just saw. I read maybe 2 pages, got distracted. It happens. I do that all the time where I open a book, like, I'm going to sit down and read, and then that doesn't happen. I'm at 29% now in my audiobook. That is pretty good. It seems like you're making some progress in that one. 11 pages, 22 pages, 12 pages. Ugh, sorry, my neck is really killing me today. I forgot to check what page I was on. I somehow lost my bookmark in the process of the dogs climbing all over me, though, so I will have to find that later. I lose bookmarks a lot, to be honest. That's why there ends up being random scraps of paper and stuff stuffed into my books. Made it to chapter 8. Are any of you, I know some of you have already finished books today, but are any of you planning on finishing your books tonight? 21 pages. That's really good. 10 more pages. I managed to get my snack all over my sweater. I feel that. I am such a messy eater that I swear sometimes I'm worse than my toddler. I'm gonna need to have a snack at some point. I'm really hungry. I'm always hungry though. I'm pregnant. Do you guys want to sprint longer or end them here? Let me know, because I can stay on for a while longer, but only if you guys still want to sprint. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Finish the graphic novel. Wow, you are just getting them done. I want to try and finish. I'm so close. Yeah, I am not close to finishing anything yet. I'm not even halfway through anything yet. I am reading 3 books at once, though. I think I've read about 100 pages today, so I need to read at least another 80 pages before I go to bed, but I won't be going to bed for a few hours yet. So, and I don't know if I'll be doing as much reading tomorrow because I am starting my home reorganization project tomorrow, and that is going to be an ordeal. No, I still have a ways to go. Well, hey, at least you're getting some reading in. I have around 300 pages left in my book, so I won't finish it today, realistically. Probably not, but maybe you'll finish it tomorrow. Or if not, you'll finish it eventually. It doesn't matter when you finish. Yes, I only have 3.5 hours of the audiobook left. What time is it where you are? Are you just staying up late to finish? I lost track of where I started, but I'm in the middle of a chapter, and it's so good. Well, that's good, because it sucks to be reading bad books. I can sprint longer. Okay, so that's at least one of you. I just started Six of Crows, so I probably won't finish it tonight. I wouldn't imagine so. Although I don't know what time it is for all you guys, because some of you might be in a very different time zone than me. It is 9 o'clock where I'm at, and my husband doesn't even get home for another 2 hours. Oh, but if we sprint longer, I could maybe finish 25%. That would be a good amount to finish in one night. It's 9 p.m. here, and I have 77 pages. Oh, yeah, I feel like you can definitely finish that tonight. I have this thing where if there's 100 pages are left in a book, I feel like I just have to finish it. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, but once I get to 100 pages or less left of a book, I basically will always just sit down and finish it. It's 10 to 3 p.m., but I normally stay up late at night. Same, even though I shouldn't because I get up at like 8 a.m. with my toddler every morning, but I still don't ever go to bed before midnight, ever. I think I sleep maybe usually like 6 hours a night, maybe. Yeah. I'm terrible at sleeping. I can sprint longer too because I'm on Pacific time and it's only 7 p.m. here. I forget that Pacific time is 2 hours behind. I just, for some reason, I always think of the United States as being 3 different time zones, but it's 4. I'm on the East Coast, so it's 10 p.m. for me. I'm always down for more sprints. Well, we can sprint for a little while longer then. It's 7 here. I can go longer. Well, it looks like you guys are all good to go longer, so we can go for a while longer. I've had many sleepless nights because I had to finish a book. I don't do that so much now, but I did that a lot when I was younger. But now I get too tired to focus. Even if I can't fall asleep, I can't focus on reading a lot of the time. But I have been reading more at night now that I have my Kindle. It's very satisfying to finish a book. Yeah, it is. Finishing books actually pushes me to read more books even because it's just so satisfying. So that's why I always like to be reading more than one book at a time, especially if I'm reading a big book. I like to have shorter books that I'm reading too, so that I'll be finishing those and it'll kind of keep pushing me to keep reading. I can go longer. I read a lot at night because I have really bad insomnia, so I don't get bored. I used to have really bad insomnia. It's gotten better, but a lot of the times it's not so much insomnia anymore as I just sleep too lightly, so I don't ever really, it's almost like I don't ever really fall asleep. I'm just kind of half awake the whole night, and I wake up in the middle of the night at least a few times every night. Even if my kid doesn't wake up, just on my own, I'm just gonna wake up. Six of Crows, I got a hangover because I couldn't stop reading and finished it in 2 days. Oh yeah, book hangovers. Those are rough because the book was just so good that you don't even want to read anything else because it was just too good, and nothing else is gonna be that good. I have less than 100 pages left. Maybe you can finish tonight too. I won't finish anything tonight. No, I won't. I'm not even halfway through anything, so I won't finish anything tonight. But tomorrow, hopefully. Ooh, my iPad is at 12% battery. We might not be able to sprint too much longer because I can't plug this in while I'm running it where I'm at. But we will do at least one more sprint and we'll see how my battery holds up. We will start another sprint at 10 and we will go for 20 minutes again. See how my battery holds up to that. I have a question about a prompt. Well, go ahead. Ask. That's what I'm here for. If anyone has any questions, always feel free to ask them. Sorry, my dogs are barking again. I finished my second book of the year and finally late published my review. Hope to move forward into Crooked Kingdom. That's the sequel to Six of Crows, right? Yeah. Already finished 2 books. God, everyone is already reading so much. I'm gonna go eat. I was in a rush to feed my baby and put him to bed so I wouldn't be late for sprints. I feel you. Go eat something. I'm gonna get a snack when we're done here, but it'll probably be like a late night snack. Can we double up on prompts? No, it's just 1 book per prompt, 1 prompt per book, but you only have to finish 5 books, so you don't have to finish all the prompts. So just 5 prompts, and you'll have completed the readathon. My other book, I have over 300 pages left, so I will most likely not finish it tonight. You guys are still getting a lot of reading in, though. It's for the technology prompt. Does Aurora Rising count, or can that count for a journey? That could count for either. That is a sci-fi, and there is a journey in it, so whichever one you would want to put it for, that definitely counts. Everyone have a good night. Thanks for the sprints. Thank you for coming. There will definitely be more sprints in the future if you guys like this. And hopefully I'll have some guests too, so that it might be a little more interesting than just me talking. Okay, so we'll go ahead and sprint again since my iPad is kind of running out of battery here, and we'll go for another 20 minutes. We will see how my battery's holding up, but that might have to be the last one because I may have to go put this on the charger. But go ahead and get started and get some more of those pages in. And I will see you guys in another 20. Oh, I'm going to answer this question real quick. It says, do we get extra credit for finishing 6 or more books? I mean, yeah. If you fit it, you can finish as many books as you want for as many prompts as you want, and then you'll get credit for those classes. So, yeah, definitely. I have a 14 book TBR myself. I probably won't finish it, but I have a 14 book TBR. So, do as many prompts as you want and get that extra credit. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and we'll keep sprinting now. And I will now see you guys at 30. Okay, so that 20 minutes is up, and I got quite a bit read because those pages are just. This book just goes so quick. I'm still not going to finish it tonight because it still is over 650 pages, but it reads so fast. %31 of my audiobook. I have to head out now and spend time with the hubby. Good night, everyone. Good night, Rockette. You're probably already gone, but it was good to have you. So I would love to keep going, but I'm going to have to end the sprints here. My iPad is on 5% battery, and it keeps yelling at me that it needs to be charged, and I don't have a way to plug it in where I'm at right now, so I need to go stick it on the charger. Hopefully we can go for longer next time. I will go ahead and pull StreamYard up on my computer at my desk, and then we can go for as long as we want to. 24 pages read, 13. I'm not finishing tonight either. That's okay. 10, 10. Thanks for the sprints. Good night. Good night, Clementine. I read 13 pages this time. Good night, everyone. It's been really fun. Oh, I'm glad you had fun. Will there be more live shows this month? Yes, definitely. If you guys like doing this, I will do it as many times as you guys want. There will be at least one a week, and probably even more than that if you guys really like it. I will hop on and do sprints. I like doing it. And I'll try to get some guests on here too, and we can all chat and read and have a good time. I read 12 pages. Good night, everyone. Good night, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Well, not on a live show because I'm doing stuff tomorrow, but I'll probably run some Twitter sprints tomorrow. So check out the Twitter for that. And yeah, I'm going to hop off before my iPad dies and kicks me off. But it was really fun sprinting with you guys. There will definitely be plenty more sprints happening. And if you have any questions still, feel free to DM me on Twitter or ask them on the Discord or tweet me on Twitter, whatever. If you have questions throughout the month, definitely feel free to ask. And yeah, so good night, everyone. I'll see you again soon.